Welcome to the I Am a Solution Show. I'm your host, Coach Warren.
I'm your host, Coach Moo.
And today we got a very, very special guest.
Drum roll.
You know, my man, B. Marshall.
B. Marshall in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's
Happy
up,
to
sir?
Be here.
Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Right. You're a very, very busy man. But I want to give a little small intro just to kind of give y'all a background real quick. And as y'all know, we use our phones and pay whatever we need to do to get the message across. But William Marshall is the producer and organizer of the Western PA Juneteenth celebration, the founder of the Stop the Violence Pittsburgh movement, which is a social organization designed to uplift Pittsburgh's African-American community through cultural, economic, and educational events and curb violence in Allegheny County. The producer and organizer of Pittsburgh's Soul Food Festival, and the producer and organizer of Western PA Black History Month High School Student Summit.
Yeah, that's dope.
So
applause for that, man.
That's super official. And you know, as you know, me and Coach Moo like to have, you know, some the influential people on here so they could, you know, really speak to what motivates them to do what they do.
Right, and these are the people who are really impacting, you know, curbing this violence in the community. These are people who are doing the work, and you can see it, and it's effective, and it's, you know, all throughout the Allegheny County area, in the city of Pittsburgh primarily, but, you know, they're doing the work. So we got to get the people who's doing the work on here so that they can give us the knowledge and the jewels so that we can all kind of build off of what they're doing.
And just like we said earlier, Moo, like, B. Marshall does a lot. I just ran down a few of the things that he's done. I didn't even speak on the black tie owners. You feel me? Like, he honored me one year, and it was real cool.
That's dope.
And it was the mayor was there. Everybody in the city was there, and so it was a real great event. And that's part of the Juneteenth celebration and everything he does connected to Stop the Violence Pittsburgh. You know, we also like to make sure that we bring on people that you may not know, right? And you may not really know
what they do.
You may hear the name, but now you get the face, and then you get the vibe, and you get...
You know, it's a real person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so can't nobody write their name in and say that, you know, they're them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a real person. So without further ado.
Yeah, man. So look, man, let's start. Let's kick it off with, who is B. Marshall? Who is B. Marshall, the man?
So B. Marshall is just another average dude from the hood.
What hood?
Hill District.
Hill District,
Yeah,
okay.
H-I-double, shout out.
And he is a person that had a vision to try to do something to curb some of the violence within the community. In 2012, they had the great national incident of Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
Where all those
school
children got murdered and killed.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we started thinking about Sandy Hook, I started to think about, well, damn, what about all the black kids and stuff that's getting killed in Allegheny County?
Facts.
And then I used to get the Courier, and the Courier had a section in there called Killed by Us, Murdered by Us. So when we seen that, and we realized it was, I think at that year was like 56 people that got murdered under the age of 21.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of ways that we could do something to actually impact society and change society. And because a lot of people don't know is, prior to us doing these events, I used to promote club events and all other type of events like that, bringing the artists into the city.
Yeah.
So it was a natural thing for me to transition into doing a festival type event. So we did our first festival event called Juneteenth Increase the Peace in 2013 over at Stage AE. And at Stage AE, we had...
You said that was your first one?
Yeah, that was our first event.
What year?
It was 2013.
2013. So, not to cut you off, but when you transition from promoting like clubs and stuff, is it a difficult transition? You deal with different people. Is it the same, or is it like the same type of?
You use your connects.
So it was a different transition because I'm going for a different type of people, a different type of audience.
Okay.
So with the club, like our club atmosphere is more impulsive people.
Right.
And we were doing like rap artists. We were doing Gucci Man and Lil Wayne and people like that. So that's a different atmosphere than you trying to get your grandma and your auntie and somebody else to come in to participate in an event. But one of the things I try to do is try to make our events so eclectic that we will get the people that like Gucci Man and the people that like Lil Wayne, because the street is where the action is really happening.
Absolutely.
And the street is where the people that we really got to affect. Like, it's not your grandmother and your grandfather. They cool. We got to try to change the mindset of the people in our community that are what they call the hoods. You know what I mean? Our neighborhoods. So I infuse both type of concepts and ideas. So we had our first event over there at Stage AE, and it was called Juneteenth Increase the Peace. But at that time period, Juneteenth wasn't popular. Right. Like, nobody even knew what Juneteenth was.
Right. A lot of people don't.
Yeah. Today, people might not know. But so our first event, we had now we in Stage AE. We done rented Stage AE, the whole 6,000 people. We had 25 people. We had 25 people come to this event. So everybody that I got to pitch in to be a part of it is like, man, I'm done with this.
Right.
We lost all our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to do something for the community, stuff like that.
Right.
So that didn't deter us. So we decided to continue on. We moved down to the Strip Dish to do in 2014. And then in 2015, we started down at Market Square. From 2015 to 2018, it gradually started to pick up where we were seeing maybe 1,000 people, 1,500 people.
What changed? Like, what changed from 25 to 1,000 in 2 years?
Me going out, passing out flyers and calling people and contacting people and posting on your Facebook page and speaking to you and trying to encourage you and finding you to come and do something with the program. Finding somebody else to incorporate inside the program. Asking some other neighborhood group to be a part of the program.
So you literally
it's the hustle.
You literally unified, you linked a lot of pieces to the chain together.
Yes.
And that, for me, that signifies and represents unity.
Yes.
And I really, truly believe that that's how we move forward with things like this, because you just said you were doing... Now, when you were doing concert promotions, and let's say, did you do things at Stage AE?
Yeah, we did things all over the city.
So how many people did you get at Stage AE for the concerts?
That was thousands
right.
of people.
Versus, and I'm just trying to get to a point, versus
the
support
stuff.
for the peaceful stuff.
Yeah,
right.
For the people, stuff that's going to actually uplift us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like, I think you made an important point though, right? Because what me and Juan always be talking about is how, some people is doing it out of their heart.
Yeah.
Like, regardless, like, we need the resources, right?
Right.
But whether the resources come or not, we're going to do the work.
Yeah. Right.
So you made an important point that I think everybody got to really hear what you're saying. Like, your first time you did it, you had 25 people there.
Right.
So people backed away from the table because they lost money and stuff.
Yeah.
We lose money all the time.
Yes.
Like, we lose time away from our family.
Yes.
We lose money that we put in,
So the way I look at it is, we don't lose money. It's our investment into our community.
That's even better.
You know what I mean? We don't lose anything because
we invest. We invest in, but
we have a greater power. Now we could have used that for something else.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for example, my wife is here with me today. Many years I didn't use her income tax check to do our events, to pay for our events. So she would get her check, take her check, and we just pay for these events.
How was that on the relationship, brother?
She's a strong black woman.
Behind every strong black man is a strong black woman. Clap it up for wifey, man.
Yeah, straight
Clap it
up
up for wifey. Holding it down.
So a lot of women wouldn't do that. A lot of people ain't going to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she followed the vision that I had. And what ended up, another thing that happened to me that made me be more persistent is that I had two cousins that got murdered. One cousin got murdered in a robbery. Somebody was trying to rob him out of money. And then I had a female cousin that got beat up by her husband. And he murdered her and ended up killing himself. So that happened in 2014. So that just made me like, oh, we got to do something to try to change this shit. You know, because personally, it's happening in my family.
Yeah.
And I know it's happening in everybody else's family.
That's what we talk about. Because one of the questions we want to ask you, how did violence impact you?
Right.
Yeah.
Because what we find in it, which is similar amongst us, it's always something super violent that has impacted us, and it kind of drives us to be like, man, we got to do something, man.
Right.
Yeah, to make a change. So it just made me feel that it was important to do and to continue to do, even though we've made a little bit of money doing what we do. It's only been recently that we've been really be able to get the major support for these events. So we, from 2012 to 2018 or 19, we really didn't get that much support. Everything was coming out of our pockets, families and friends. But during that time period, we started off with the Juneteenth celebration. Then I went around and saying that, hey, damn, maybe I'll start a Black History, I'll start an essay contest in the schools. And we started the essay contest, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get maybe two or three schools to do the essay contest. This was in 2018. So I sent it out to some of the schools, and I come to find out it's like 15 schools answered back.
Speak on that a little bit more, man, because I seen that today, and I was like, I gotta get my sons on that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So speak on that a little bit more so that people can know what that's about, the essay.
So we started off with just a basic Black History essay contest, and I thought it'd be a great thing to do within the schools to have an essay contest. And then we sent out the information about how to do the essay, sent the information back, we grade the school, and then give out prizes. So that's what we did. We graded the schools and went to different schools who won the prizes. But when I sent it out, I was thinking I was going to get 2 schools or 3 schools involved. We got 15 schools involved. And then what I ended up learning was these high schools are not teaching Black history.
I was just about to say that.
In the schools.
They probably ain't teaching.
Or if they teaching it, they teaching the basic.
Yeah, basic whatever they got.
Yeah, right.
Rickroll what they got to do. So from that conception, I said, well, shit, let's do a summit. So I said, okay, we're going to do a summit. So this is what happens with me. I'll have an idea, and I will push through to make it happen. Like, it don't matter. We ain't got no money. I don't know how I'm going to put it together, but I'm going to push through to make it happen. And I've been blessed to be able to do that, like with my will, to make things happen.
Over and over and over.
Where you get that drive from?
I don't know, but it's this something inherited in me to make things happen, basically.
So let me just say, so when somebody tells you no, what's your first thought?
No, it's never no. Right. You know what I mean? You could say no. Yeah. That might be your opinion. You might think it's too difficult to do.
Because that's discouraging to some people. Like, they'll have an idea and then somebody shoot it down.
Yeah, so if I map out a plan and I think it's a well-laid plan, and somebody can't see my vision, that doesn't stop me. I just try to find a way that you can be a part of it, or I can get your support and continue on with my plan.
Yeah.
So the plan was we started with the essay contest. I said I'm going to do a summit. So we ended up contacting all the schools, and I contacted different companies I didn't know from a can of paint. Yeah. So right now,
just cold call.
American Eagles is our sponsor. CCAC is a sponsor. The Hillman Foundation is a sponsor. The Hans Endowment is a sponsor. And they sponsor every year. So now what we're doing is we gotta
clap it up for them, man. They invested in the right people.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's
big. So we do our summit during Black History Month. Our summit is this week, actually Wednesday, and we have 15 different schools from Western PA in the summit with over 600 students participate in this event.
That's amazing.
So that's Wednesday.
That's this Wednesday.
Is it too late for them to sign up?
Yeah, it's too late to sign up.
Well, next year. You do it every year, right? Next year. All right, that's a bet.
So this to give you a general idea of like what we do to like create things and then map it out. So damn near all day, every day, this is all I work on. I don't have a regular job. All I do is work on these events that I'm doing to try to create for the city of Pittsburgh and for our community.
Would you consider yourself an activist, a community activist?
Oh, most definitely. I'm an activist.
So if you don't got a regular job, like how do you like provide for your household and everything? Like where does that come from? Like you doing all this good work for all these people. So how do you get supported and to do what you do?
So with our sponsorship, we were able to take 10% out of the sponsorship to pay for administrative fee. So I use that as the administrative fee.
And this is the point that I've been talking to Warren about. Like,
I swear.
This shouldn't if there's philanthropy companies, right, and they come to these communities, they're going to give the money because they get the money to say they're going to use this money to stop violence, this, that, and the third. A brother like you, it should just be signed, sealed, and delivered. Right. How long you been doing this stuff?
10 years, 2012.
10 years. You got a track record. You know what I'm saying? It should be. To me, it just should be automatic. Like brother like you, and that's what we're trying to shed light on, so that these philanthropy companies, the people with the resources, they can say, if you are trying to invest in communities that are stricken by violence, right, that are stricken by households being broken up and all this other stuff, and you're looking to invest, and you've been investing for decades, and things haven't got no better or worse. Ask yourself, are you investing in the right people? Oh, yeah. Ask yourself, or is a brother like B. Marshall, like, it should be on, man, we taking care of your salary. We taking care of your salary the next 5 years, because you already been doing it for 10, and we don't want that to stop, because if your sponsors now decide to break ties with you, then what? You back to square one, right?
So every year I'm hustling. I'm trying to find.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, you already put in the work. Yeah. Like you already said, you done had your wife, y'all income tax, y'all last money y'all put into this for other people. And that's the point I be trying to make. Like, when you got brothers and sisters who are giving into other people, we should be giving back to them. Right. And the people with the resources, not saying that stuff is going to slow down. Because you already said you had 25 people the first event, and I ain't stopped you. So you ain't going to stop the work regardless of if you got the resources or not, but it shouldn't be like that, though. Right. You see what I'm saying? It should not be like that.
And the outcomes you produce. Let's talk about the outcomes. Let's talk about the barriers you done broke in the city, because it was a big hoopla over the summer about using the point and the different support and the police and them charging you for different stuff. So let's talk about the barriers you broke down, and let's talk about the numbers of people that you have brought together and that has literally changed the culture and how people look at the city.
Okay, that's cool. So when we first initiated our festival events and we started doing them within the city, and particularly down at Market Square, we got a great resistance from the owners in Market Square, the business owners in Market Square, who actually didn't want black people to be down there. And particularly people selling food, because we have our own food vendors down there.
So Market Square is like majority white.
Yeah, it's business-wise.
Okay.
And a lot of people have this misconception. So I'll take you back to this to give you some history about black people. So the city of Pittsburgh was started in 1756, and it started at the Point. At the Point, they went down there and they fought the Duquesne for what they call Fort Duquesne. And they transformed that fort into Fort Pitt. And that started the city of Pittsburgh. 72 black men, 42 black men fought in that battle to create the city of Pittsburgh.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, 42 black men fought in the battle of Duquesne and to transform the city into the city of Pittsburgh. So it is my perception and my understanding that we have been here from the beginning of the founding of this city.
Right.
So there is no space in this city that you can tell me I can't come to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't belong to.
Absolutely. Pep it up for that one time.
So as I learn my history, then I know, I got a right to be here too.
And they don't want us to learn that stuff.
And then so when we went down to Market Square in 2015, they were against it. But I just kept on. Bill Batuta was mayor then, and I kept on just exposing the racism and stuff like that, and like you say, it's welcoming and it's a city for all, but is it really a city for all?
Right.
So these are the email exchanges that we have back and forth that the people don't see in public.
Right.
You know what I mean? For them to say, okay, we'll let you have it. We'll let you do it.
Yeah.
And then we, from starting the Juneteenth celebration, we ended up starting a parade. So again, I learned some history about the city of Pittsburgh. In 1870, they had this big ass parade called the Jubilee of Freemen Parade. And it was about the ratification of the 15th Amendment, giving black men the right to vote. In 1870, they galvanized 5,000 people here in the city of Pittsburgh to march in this parade. It started from the Hill District, from downtown up to the Hill District, back downtown to the north side. Wasn't no Homewood then. Back to the north side and back to downtown. And they have a big poster at the Heinz History Center. And thanks to Sam Black at the Heinz History Center, like when I was forming Juneteenth in 2015, he was like, oh, before you do the Juneteenth, you got to come see stuff that I got down in these exhibits. So I went down and looked at that, and I came across this poster. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And when I seen the poster, I was like, damn. You know what I mean? But now on the poster, it talked about the way they galvanized, how they made the units, how they got the north side was a city, and Birmingham, which is the south side, was a city, and Pittsburgh was a city. And it listed all the people that marched in the parade, the different organizations. So when I seen that, again, my willpower was, oh, we're going to bring that back. We're going to bring that back for the ancestors. You know what I mean? So we created the Juneteenth parade based on that. And then another example is...
And how many people are in that parade?
So now we got over 100 units. It's about 1,000 people that march in the parade. But during the Juneteenth celebration, last year we seen over 50,000 people.
Wow.
And we were supposed to be there, but they had us up Harrisburg celebrating our state title. But
we got another year.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna bring the whole team down.
So that means we started with 25 people to 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Clap it up for that.
I swear.
That's willpower right there.
Yeah, and last year what we did is actually we held the largest Juneteenth celebration in the nation. Not in Pennsylvania, not in these tri-states, in the country.
Yeah, I saw it all over.
We had the biggest Juneteenth celebration. We generated $4.2 million for the city.
Oh man!
With economic impact through tourism and small business vendors.
Oh, I know they was happy. They.
So you would think they was happy.
Really?
Or people was happy because we did the Juneteenth, then we created the Black Music Festival.
I was there.
Then we created the Soul Food Festival.
I was there too.
Soul
back
Food
to
Festival.
back to back.
Yeah, Soul Food Festival last year we seen 20,000 people. We generated $3.2 million. Black Music Festival we seen 20,000 people. We generated $1.5 million. So last year collectively we generated $9 million for the city of Pittsburgh with our festival events. We had over 100,000 people with all the festivals and stuff that we brought into the city of Pittsburgh. And today, we are still getting resistance from city officials, from state officials, from the powers that be about supporting these events.
Let me ask you this. So, generated $9 million, did the city put in any?
So we were blessed last year that the mayor actually, early in the process, they said, we see your vision. We understand now. We're gonna invest. We're gonna give you $125,000 for 2023 and $125,000 for 2024.
Okay.
So we got the money for 2023. We haven't got the money for 2024. So we'll see what's gonna happen with that. But
it is 2024 right now.
Yes.
So just to get back to your point, why do you think they still resisting though when it's already shown and proven that you brought all these people together from all walks of life, just having a good time celebrating Black unity, Black family, Black history, and all of that? Why do you think it's such a resistance still?
Well, the resistance among white people is racism because they don't want Black unity. The resistance, in my opinion, from some of our leaders and the people in the forefront is that I'm reminded of, for our Black student youth thing we're going to have this Wednesday, we are honoring Freedom House Ambulance Service. Freedom House Ambulance Service was started by Black people in the Hill District, and it is the forerunner of how they created EMT across the country.
I know that.
And one of the men that's still alive is John Moon, who was in the 1960s that started Freedom House Ambulance Service.
That's crazy.
And they was doing Freedom House Ambulance Service and the reason they did that, they created the ambulance service, is because they wouldn't come and get Black people from the Hill or the neighborhoods when they were sick. They would put them in a police wagon if you had a problem.
Wow.
And you liable to die by the time you get to the hospital. So they created an ambulance service. But what they ended up doing with John Moon and them is once they created this service, the rich communities start getting mad and jealous. Well, how they get an ambulance service on the Hill? But this is something they created. So what the city did was they took over Freedom House Ambulance Service up under John Moon and them. and made EMS service that we have today. So John Moon and them gave him a proposal on how, hey, we could do this all over the city of Pittsburgh.
Right.
So, but instead of doing that proposal that John Moon created,
they just took it.
They stole it.
You know what that sounds like? And I ain't even going, look, it sounds like when we writing these grants.
Yes. So when you have an idea that may be, oh shit, that look like that might work.
Yeah.
And that might be effective.
Yeah.
But hey, I want Bob to run that.
Right.
I want my man to run that.
Yeah.
And I can put Mary in that position. So a lot of times, this is some of the things that we experience. So we say we generated $9 million for this Allegheny County, the city of Pittsburgh. Who have you heard talk about that?
Nobody. That's why I wanted you to pinpoint it.
What officials have you heard talk about that?
Right.
I mean, why would like it's?
So we generated $1.6 million for black businesses. We helped 200 black businesses, vendors, small vendors. Mm-hmm. They made $1.6 million last year in all our events. Never heard of in the history of black people in the city of Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Have you heard one black politician or one black person say, God damn, look what we doing in the city? And then the way we do our things is like we don't take the pats on the back. Like this is collective.
Right.
I call him to help me with the youth fest and the basketball tournament. Mm-hmm. You know, I put people up in the forefront to showcase that we can do this collectively as a unit.
And we talk about that.
Yeah, we don't like I'm not a dude, I'm not egotistic. So I'm not tooting my horn. But you should be proud to me as a white politician or a black politician to be able to say, hey man, do you know that my city has the biggest Juneteenth in the country? Right. Hey man, do you know my city just generated $9 million?
And I can attest, bro, it's amazing because if you come down, I want to say it's a week and a half celebration. How
yeah, so we do the Youth Fest the first weekend, that'll be June 8th through the 9th. Then the big Juneteenth is 3 or 4 days downtown.
So it's about 6 days
for Juneteenth, right?
For Juneteenth.
4 days for the Soul Food Festival, 4 days for the Black Music Festival.
And like I said, I can attest to, you know, I run the Youth Fest, part of the basketball part of the Youth Fest, and you got NFL flag football down there. You got some baseball teams down there. I mean, it's just an amazing space. It got thousands of young people down there.
Yeah, we were able to bring in the Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates as sponsors for the Youth Fest, and participate in that. And then this growing. You know what I mean?
And one thing you said is how you brought Juan in. Me and Juan always talk about solutions. How me and him even got together on this stuff, and a lot of the stuff that we attacking in the future is like we feel one of the solutions is the partnerships.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we feel like everybody got to have like equal respect when you come into the table for the partnership.
Yes.
So being that's one of the solutions we feel. What are some of the solutions you feel that we could do as community leaders, as just regular people just got everyday jobs, parents? What are some of the things you think we can do to curb the violence?
So what I attempt to do is I always look back to what our ancestors did and what people did in the past to try to get over the hump of their circumstances. Mm-hmm. And this is like a recent phenomenon with us. We're going back to the gang era in the city of Pittsburgh, from that era to present day. Mm-hmm. But what we have to do is like be more realistic about our associations and the things that we want out of life. I think that we have to unify more in that. We're in an era of so much materialism and materialistic value that people want like instant gratification and instant glory. They want to be highlighted and stuff like that, and they really don't want to do work, but they want that gratification.
They want the glory.
They want that shine, but they don't want to. They don't want to dig. Man, we passed out flyers. I go to every neighborhood. I go to McKee's Rocks, McKee's Sport, and we'll put flyers on the cars. I'll go, if you're in the bar, you'll come out the bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you'll see something that I put on your car. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because what I feel my life mission is to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And from that process, now we blessed with the internet. I ain't got to go out so much more now, but I can just tag you 100 times or try to.
I seen a post about that today.
My man gonna hit me about tagging him. I'm sorry, you gonna get it.
Yeah.
But
it's effective.
I think
It's effective. I think everybody appreciates it because
so I know people appreciate what we do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
fact.
a tag is something. Either you can ignore it or you can just keep moving or like it.
Right.
So all I can say is that, again, we started with 25 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Last year, we seen over 100,000 people.
That's major.
Yeah, so we appreciate it.
So what's the projection for 2024 for everything you got going on?
2024, man, we trying to get over 200,000 people. We trying to generate $15 million. We trying to see our small business vendors double what they did last year, but we'll bring them up to $3 million. And this, the sky's the limit. So again, I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
There's a sister named Mary Lou Williams who started the first black musical festival here in the city of Pittsburgh in 1965. In 1972, she had a joint down the Point where she brought in different artists as Jazz Fest. They saw 100,000 people in 1972 at the Point.
Wow.
So we're trying to, we're following
that.
And we're following in people's footsteps.
Yeah.
We're following in the giants' footsteps.
The blueprint that they laid out.
The blueprints that lay out, because it's not hard. It's you know what I mean. If you just study what other people do and what's been successful, you just got to try to incorporate that in what you do, and don't take no for an answer. Like if you are determined and you believe in yourself and you believe in what you are doing is correct, you're gonna keep on doing it.
Absolutely.
Like it's nobody can tell you no.
Absolutely.
Well, look, bro, we appreciate you for coming through. I know you're very, very busy, man.
I could talk to you about the history stuff forever.
Yeah, and we want to be a part of whatever you got going on in the future. Let the people know how they can reach you. And if you're looking for somebody specific to be a part of any of these cultural events that you're creating and leading throughout the city.
So we want to try to create a renaissance here in the city of Pittsburgh. So we just need everybody to contact their family members if they out of town or your friends and tell them to come back here and enjoy yourself. We try to make all these events the ultimate black family reunion. We want to make this the biggest thing in the city of Pittsburgh. So you can contact me at stoptheviolencepgh@yahoo.com. That's stoptheviolencepgh@yahoo.com.
You on all the social media platforms? Instagram,
So I'm on
Facebook.
Yeah, everybody kind of know what WPA Juneteenth, Black Music Festival, a Soulful Taste of the Berg is our Facebook handles and stuff like that.
All right.
So
yeah, no doubt, man. We appreciate you sliding through.
Strong clap for my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. B. Marshall in the building.
Make sure y'all tap in. This is I Am a Solution. He is a solution.
Definitely a solution. That needs to be supported. All the resources need to come to this man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm Coach Juan.
I'm Coach Moo.
And we'll see y'all next time.
peace.